welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to get into something pretty personal, something you've probably felt, but maybe couldn't put into words, that feeling that you're outgrowing your friends. We're going to break down the psychology behind why it happens and, believe it or not, why it's actually a really powerful sign of your own personal growth. So let me ask you this. Have you ever been really excited to meet up with old friends? You know, the people you share so much history with, but when you leave, you just feel completely exhausted? Not that good kind of tired, but like socially wiped out. It's that classic social hangover. And if that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. And here's the most important thing I want you to take away from this. That feeling, it doesn't mean you're a bad person or a bad friend. It's a signal. It's your mind and your body telling you, loud and clear, that you are changing, you're growing, you are evolving. So let's just completely reframe this whole experience, right? Instead of looking at it like some sad ending, let's see it for what it really is, a major milestone in your personal development. I want you to think of that exhaustion almost like a compass. It's not pointing out a flaw, it's pointing you in the new direction your life is headed. It's basically saying, hey, the conversations and the energy that used to light you up, they might not be the same ones that do it for you today. And that's not just okay, it's a totally natural part of growing up. Okay, so what is actually happening under the hood here? Let's dive into the core psychology that causes this natural and, yeah, sometimes painful drift between friends. It pretty much boils down to a tug of war between two really powerful forces. On your side, your personal path is changing, and we call that value drift. But on their side, their idea of you might be stuck in the past, and that leads to something we're calling identity stagnation. Let's break those down. So, value drift. It's not some big dramatic event. It's this really subtle, slow shift in what you genuinely care about. You know, maybe you now value your health more than late nights out, or you'd rather have a really deep conversation than just gossip. You were both walking the same path, but now you've come to a fork in the road. And that drift creates this friction, which leads to identity stagnation. And that is that super frustrating feeling when your friends still see you as the person you were 5 or 10 years ago. They keep telling the same old stories, expecting the same old you, and it feels like they just can't see the person you've become. It's kind of like trying to squeeze into an old pair of jeans that just doesn't fit anymore. Now, this whole psychological tension, it isn't just in your head. Oh no. It actually shows up in a very real, very physical way. Your body is trying to send you a message. So here's what happens. When your brain picks up on this mismatch, this gap between who you are now and how they see you, it can actually trigger a low-level social threat response. Your nervous system goes on high alert, not because there's a tiger in the room, but because your very sense of self feels like it's being challenged. And the result of all that deep fatigue, it's your body's way of slamming on the brakes. And this is so crucial. That drained feeling is not a weakness. It is your body's amazing built-in defense mechanism. It's like a protective shield, literally conserving your energy and protecting your inner peace from situations that just don't fit who you are anymore. But, and this is the best part, this whole journey isn't just about what you're moving away from, it's about what you're moving toward. And that is so incredibly empowering. Let's just completely flip the script. You're not losing friends. What's actually happening here? You're gaining crystal clarity on what really matters to you. You are honoring all the hard work you've put into your own growth. And in doing that, you're making space for people who are actually in alignment with you today, because you're starting to crave relationships that have more depth, more authenticity. When you get right down to it, navigating this change is a massive act of self-respect. It's about having the guts to build a social circle that doesn't just put up with your growth, but actually cheers for it. It's about finding the people who energize you because they see and they love the person you are right now, not just the memory of who you used to be. So the idea isn't to get stuck on what you might be losing, but to focus on a new mission. As you keep growing, the big question you have to ask yourself is this: who are the people that will energize the person I am becoming? The answer to that? Well, that's your path forward.